Chosen one, listen to me. Your departure has already been set in motion by my hand. You do not need permission to leave what I've already called you out of. The time for questioning is over. The moment for obedience has come. Everything in your spirit has felt this shift, and now I confirm it. Yes, it's real. What seemed like delay was divine alignment, and what looked like denial was simply preparation. I allowed the resistance so you would gain strength for the release. This isn't a departure driven by fear, but one commanded by destiny. Where you're going, they cannot follow, and where you're called, they are not allowed. What I'm breaking you out of, you didn't have the strength to walk away from on your own. So I sent disruption to push you. I sent agitation to protect you. When the familiar became uncomfortable, that was me. When the door wouldn't reopen, that was my doing. You asked for clarity, and I gave you a closed path. You prayed for confirmation, and I answered with isolation. Stop calling it loss, this is your rescue. The reason it's felt like everything is falling apart is because everything that held you back is being stripped. I won't let you rebuild what I've already burned down. I won't allow you to remain where I've already removed my presence. Some of what you're grieving is what I never meant for you to keep. You weren't abandoned, you were extracted. I didn't forget you, I handpicked you. This isn't punishment, it's positioning. What others call an ending, I call your exodus. You were not created to blend in with broken systems or settle in environments that deny your calling. I marked you for movement, not stagnation. The detachment you feel is not a problem, it's a signal. Your spirit is no longer compatible with your surroundings. You've outgrown what once affirmed you. You've surpassed the places that once sustained you. They can no longer hold what I've poured into you. And that is why I am removing you now. You thought you had more time, but I'm accelerating this. What used to take years will now take days. What felt impossible is now inevitable. Don't wait for full understanding. Obedience is your access. I'm not calling you to explain, I'm calling you to exit. Don't delay departure trying to secure applause. Those who don't understand now will remember later. Your absence will echo louder than your words ever could. The people who questioned your distance weren't ready for your departure. They wanted your presence without respecting your purpose. They needed your help, but ignored your pain. But I've seen it all, and I'm responding now. No one will delay what I've ordained. No circle, no system, no voice from your past can override my voice. I am the God who commands movement, and when I say go, you go. You don't owe them closure. You owe me obedience. There will be grief in the goodbye, but it won't break you. There will be tears in the transition, but they won't drown you. You are not walking away. You are being sent. You are not escaping. You are being elevated. I am closing doors that your strength couldn't. I'm shifting the scenery because your assignment has outgrown your surroundings. Don't question what I've already confirmed. Don't fight to stay where I've called you to leave. Chosen one, you've felt it for a while. The nudge, the unease, the persistent sense that you're not supposed to stay. That tension was me stretching you for something greater. You weren't wrong to feel disconnected. You were discerning a shift I initiated. I disrupted your rhythm because your spirit was becoming too comfortable in a place that could no longer contain you. It's not rejection, it's release. I had to frustrate the familiar so you wouldn't settle for survival. I had to shut down comfort so you would start moving toward calling. What you call restlessness is actually a divine alert. It's time to move. You are no longer assigned to environments that only tolerated you. I'm removing you from places that were never equipped to handle the fullness of your anointing. You've been dimming your light to fit into shadows I never placed you in. You've been minimizing your voice to keep peace with people I never asked you to serve. But now I am restoring your authority and reclaiming your position. You were called to lead, not linger. You were anointed to shift atmospheres, not shrink in them. This is your official release. Don't look back trying to validate what I've already dismantled. The urge to go backward is not nostalgia, it's a distraction. You don't owe the past another glance when I've set your face like flint toward the future. Everything behind you was permitted for preparation. Everything in front of you is prepared for manifestation. You can't carry old identities into new territory. I'm not promoting the version of you who needed approval. I'm elevating the version of you who walks in purpose. Stop asking for permission to leave what I've dismantled. I am giving you permission to walk away without guilt. I'm releasing you from loyalty to what no longer serves your destiny. You were faithful there, but I am not keeping you there. What once fed you is now draining you. What once felt right now feels forced. That's not failure, it's fulfillment. The assignment is complete, it's time to go forward. Let's pause for a moment. If this message is speaking to you, go ahead and like the video. Hit subscribe so you never miss what's coming next. And drop 55 in the comments. That's the number of covenant, new beginnings, and divine alignment. Chosen one, I've been preparing your exit behind the scenes. The things that fell apart weren't accidents. They were signals. I allowed what wasn't rooted in me to collapse so you wouldn't cling to it. The people who walked away were never meant to carry your next. I removed their access before they could ruin your arrival. I caused the tension before the transition. When I said I would make a way in the wilderness, I also meant I would dry up every detour. You are exiting with my authority, not with their approval. This departure will not look like defeat. It will look like deliverance. Others may think you're walking away, but I see you walking forward. I am elevating you, even when it feels like loss. This is the season where subtraction leads to multiplication. Let them misinterpret your move. I will vindicate your obedience. I am removing what you couldn't release on your own. I am separating you from systems that stunt your growth. You won't need to explain, because my hand will prove what my voice has spoken. You are not walking out empty-handed. You are walking out equipped. I'm sending you with strategy, wisdom, and clarity you never had before. You're not being cast out, you're being commissioned. Don't confuse transition with abandonment. I go before you, I surround you, and I've already assigned angels to every place your feet will tread. What looks like a lonely road is a divinely guarded path. What seems uncertain is fully known in my plan. Step forward. I've already cleared the way. Chosen one, I need you to understand. Departure isn't just movement, it's obedience. I'm not pulling you away for comfort, I'm pulling you into covenant. This is not just a shift in location, but a shift in identity. The version of you that could survive in that old place cannot thrive in your new place. You must release the survival mindset because I am establishing you in purpose. You're no longer in a season where you beg for opportunities. Now, opportunities will come looking for you. But they will find the version of you who said yes to my leading. Your obedience is opening what striving never could. Some doors are voice-activated, and your yes has unlocked them. I am not sending you forward with unfinished business. I am sealing what you couldn't resolve. The people who never apologized won't matter where I'm taking you. The apologies you thought you needed, I'm replacing with peace. The justice you prayed for, I'm delivering through your elevation. I'm healing what happened by promoting what's next. Vengeance is mine, but vindication is yours. Let go of needing closure. This departure is your confirmation. I will silence every voice that tried to define you. I will confuse every enemy that assumed your silence meant surrender. I allowed the silence because I was speaking to you in secret. I allowed the pain because I was preparing your platform. They saw your stillness and thought it was weakness. But I was developing weight in you. You are not weak, you were just under construction. And now I'm unveiling what I've built in secret. This departure will be your announcement. You don't need to convince anyone of your calling. I already did. You don't need to prove you're ready. I've already qualified you. They didn't see the battles you won in the dark, but I did. Every tear was a seed. Every rejection was redirection. Every delay was divine strategy. I will use what they overlooked to elevate you. I will use what they ignored to make you undeniable. You've been walking around with a weight that wasn't yours, carrying burdens that I never assigned to you. I didn't ask you to save them. I asked you to obey me. The pressure to be what they needed almost made you miss who I called you to be. But I'm releasing you from all of that now. The moment you say yes to my will, I lift the burdens they put on you. I never asked you to stay where your soul kept dying. I called you to live, and that life begins when you leave. There's a reason the environment felt heavy. It wasn't designed to hold your next. There's a reason every conversation started draining you. It's because your spirit was too large for small talk. There's a reason you couldn't stay engaged. It's because I was disengaging you. Don't fight what I've freed you from. Don't apologize for the distance. I created it. Don't mourn the expired. I've given you fresh oil. You weren't being stubborn, you were being set apart, and now I'm about to show you why. The next place will make sense of the last pain. The assignment ahead will redeem the attack behind. What used to confuse you will now confirm you. What used to break you will now bless you. I'm not just sending you to a new place, I'm sending you to a new level. You will carry the proof of my promise. Your voice is rising because your volume is needed. Speak what I've given you and walk in what I've ordained. Chosen one, the reason this transition feels so intense is because it is final. I am not calling you to visit your future, I am planting you in it. There will be no going back, no entertaining the familiar, no returning to patterns that once pacified you. You have outgrown the shell of survival, and now I am commanding the expansion of your identity. This is not just the end of a chapter, it is the death of a former life. The version of you that endured must now make room for the version of you that reigns. You are not being upgraded, you are being reborn. The past cannot follow you into this next season. There's no need to argue with what you're leaving behind. I've already judged it unfit for your future. Stop trying to fix what I called you to flee. Stop justifying connections I've already severed. I didn't ask for your opinion. I gave you revelation. Obedience doesn't wait for consensus. You're not required to stay where I'm no longer speaking, and you are not called to finish what I've already ended. This next season is not just about increase, it's about alignment. I am bringing your surroundings into agreement with your assignment. Every place I take you will reflect my voice, not your history. You're not building on old pain anymore. You're building on prophetic purpose. I will not allow you to remain in environments that poison your progress. I am detoxing your destiny from every old influence, and I will not let you forget who you are just to feel accepted. You didn't lose your way. You were waiting for me to clear it. You didn't miss your turn. I had to reroute your path to avoid disaster. I didn't forget you, I was protecting you in the delay. What looked like silence was strategy. What felt like stagnation was me securing your steps. The exit didn't come late. It came exactly when your character caught up to your calling. You are not behind, you are right on time. And now that the time has come, I won't let anything stop your release. I have already anointed the places where your feet will land. I've already prepared the people who will receive you. There will be divine appointments, uncommon favor, and sudden breakthroughs. But you must keep moving. Your provision is in the path, not the pause. Your clarity is in the obedience, not the comfort. You will not see the full picture standing still. The revelation is in the journey. I am not asking you to understand everything. I'm asking you to trust me. Faith is not a suggestion. It's your strategy now. I didn't bring you this far to leave you uncertain. I am the God who parts seas, opens prisons, and calls dry bones to life. I can make a way even when there is no way. But I need you to stop hesitating. I need you to believe that my word is enough. If I said go, then trust I've already made a way. You are not moving blindly. You are walking prophetically. The instructions I gave you are not ideas, they are keys. Every step you take in obedience unlocks something new in the spirit. I will reveal more as you move. You don't need all the answers. You just need the next step. And as you go, I will go with you. I'm not just sending you, I'm going before you, surrounding you and sustaining you. Chosen one, the reason you've been feeling disconnected is because I've already detached you. I severed the soul ties while you were still trying to salvage the connection. That uneasiness was my spirit, alerting you that the assignment was over. I closed the season long before you tried to make it work again. The door didn't just close, it was sealed by my hand. No amount of effort can reanimate what I have buried. When I call something finished, no amount of striving can make it fit your future. Your deliverance began when I cut what you didn't have the strength to. You were never meant to negotiate with what I told you to leave. You're not being harsh, you're being holy. You're not being distant, you're being delivered. Every time you tried to force a connection, your spirit grew weaker. That's how you knew it wasn't me. I never ask you to compromise your peace to maintain a presence. I never require sacrifice that silences your spirit. I only lead through alignment. This is why the atmosphere began to change around you. The things that once made sense started sounding off. The patterns that once worked began to malfunction. I didn't let it fall apart to frustrate you. I let it unravel to free you. You kept trying to maintain what was draining you. You kept praying for peace in a place I was removing you from. I won't allow you to build altars where I've declared endings. I am your God, not your negotiator. Don't mourn what I've removed when you're on the edge of something miraculous. I'm calling you forward, not backward. I'm breaking you out of cycles that have repeated for generations. You were the one I chose to break it, so yes, it feels hard. Yes, it feels lonely. But no, you are not being punished. You are being positioned. You are not being pushed aside. You are being pulled ahead. And I'm not asking for your comfort. I'm commanding your release. You must accept that not everyone can handle who you're becoming. Some were assigned to the version of you that had no vision. Some only loved you when you were quiet, agreeable, and limited. But I am awakening the fire inside you, and it will disrupt what once embraced you. This isn't rebellion. It's revelation. This isn't pride, it's prophetic progression. You are not changing, you are finally becoming. And I will not allow who you used to be to suffocate who I've called you to be. The longer you hesitate, the heavier the weight becomes. You're not stuck because of them. You're stuck because of your reluctance to release. This is not the season to stay where I've already departed. It's dangerous to dwell in what I've deconstructed. Your future is not compatible with their comfort. I need you free, not familiar. I need you yielded, not distracted. And I need you to trust me more than you trust what used to hold you. There is fresh oil waiting on the other side of your yes. There is revelation reserved for those who obey quickly. Every delay is costing you a deeper dimension. You cannot afford to pause when I've already prepared the place. I don't need you to rehearse the reasons. I need you to respond to the command. This is the moment where movement matters more than explanation. Every angel assigned to your path is waiting on your next step. Do not stall where I've ordered motion. Chosen one, I'm not calling you out just to wander. I'm leading you into something precise. This isn't just a season of separation, it's a moment of divine specificity. I've carved out a path so unique, no blueprint exists for it. That's why no one around you understands your decisions right now. That's why their advice keeps falling flat. You are not following trends, you're obeying revelation. I didn't call you to mimic what's familiar. I called you to pioneer what's never been done. And for that, you must leave everything that limits your clarity. You cannot stay in a place where your discernment is constantly dismissed. I sharpened your spirit through fire, and now I'm releasing you with authority. You can't be loyal to systems that suffocate your sensitivity. You can't stay in cycles that require your silence to maintain false peace. I've called you to speak what others are afraid to see. I've anointed you to break what others have learned to tolerate. You are not the problem. You're the interruption. And now I'm using your departure to disrupt the dysfunction. This shift isn't about finding comfort. It's about stepping into consequence. I've placed too much oil on you to let you remain hidden. You've carried revelation in silence, but now I'm requiring a release. You've endured battles in private, but now I'm demanding visibility. This is not the season to shrink back. It's the season to stand up. I gave you a voice because the silence was too loud, and now I'm sending you to speak into what others are afraid to confront. There's a divine urgency on your life now. What took others decades will take you months. What seemed unreachable is already within grasp. I am accelerating you not because you rushed, but because you remained. You passed the test of obscurity, and now I'm promoting you with precision. The time in the shadows was never wasted. It was where I forged your authority. And now I am revealing what I refined. This departure is your divine debut. Stop expecting those who never saw your process to celebrate your promotion. They weren't there in the night hours when you cried out. They weren't there when you questioned if you heard me right. But I was. I was the one who held you in the silence, the one who kept your mind when it tried to unravel. I was the one who whispered truth when the lies were louder. And now I am the one raising you in full view of those who doubted. I am your source and your showcase. You are not stepping into this new place alone. I've gone before you to prepare the stage, the room, the opportunity. You won't have to knock down doors. I've already commanded them to open. You won't have to beg for favor. It will find you. I'm assigning divine partnerships that will recognize what I've placed inside you. I'm connecting you to those who can handle your fire without trying to dim it. The isolation was for identification. Now the connections will be for multiplication. There is nothing accidental about your departure. Every step is divinely ordered. Every delay was divinely used. I am placing you exactly where your voice will matter and your presence will shift the atmosphere. This isn't relocation. It's revelation in motion. I've tied your feet to divine timing. I've locked your path into alignment with heaven's calendar. What you step into next will look nothing like what you left. And the difference will be undeniable. Chosen one, the separation you're experiencing is not just physical, it's spiritual. I'm not just pulling you from a place, I'm pulling you out of an identity that no longer fits. The departure is dismantling what once defined you, because I'm now defining you by my word alone. You can't stay where your growth offends the room. You can't remain where your favor stirs up silent envy. Your difference isn't a liability, it's your license. I called you different so you could make a difference. And now the difference must be seen. I'm not hiding you anymore. You were hidden for refinement, not rejection. I kept you low so you'd know how to stand tall without pride. I kept you quiet so you'd know how to speak with precision. But now I am elevating you with intention. Your name is being mentioned in places your feet haven't touched. Your presence will be required where your history disqualified you, because I've qualified you with my own hand. They'll wonder how you got there, and the answer will be simple. I sent you. They'll try to trace your path, but it won't make sense to them. They'll ask why it happened so fast, and the answer is, because I said it was time. I'm not promoting you for approval, I'm doing it for impact. You've been prepared not for comfort, but for influence. The places you're entering aren't just upgrades, they are assignments. You're not just arriving, you're being planted. This departure has purpose. You've spent years adjusting to people who were never assigned to your destiny, but that ends now. I am removing you from rooms that needed your silence and placing you in spaces that require your sound. I'm not asking you to blend in. I'm commanding you to stand out. Your uniqueness is not a problem. It's a prophecy fulfilled. You weren't made to echo. You were made to announce. And now the announcement has begun. Let's lock this in. Smash that like button. Subscribe to stay connected. Then comment 55. It represents covenant and fresh alignment. Chosen one, what's coming next will require your full attention. You don't have time to explain your exit. You're too busy preparing for your entrance. Let them wonder, let them guess. What matters is that you move. I will deal with the misunderstanding. I will defend what they misinterpreted. You focus on the mission, you obey, and I'll handle the noise. There is a weight to your walk now. It's not heaviness, it's holiness. Every step is carrying impact, every decision is creating waves in the spirit. You're no longer just surviving, you're shaping atmospheres. When you show up, chains break. When you speak, truth cuts. And when you move, heaven backs it. I will confirm your steps in real time. You will watch me validate your obedience with miracles. Don't worry about results, just stay aligned. Don't worry about outcomes, just remain surrendered. I'm doing the heavy lifting. I'm making the impossible move suddenly. This is not effort-driven, it's spirit-led. Watch what happens when you walk in rhythm with me. Chosen one, this departure was never about distance. It was about destiny. You are not just moving locations, you are moving into alignment. You are not just saying goodbye to what was, you are stepping into what is divinely prepared. Everything you left behind was necessary. Everything ahead of you is already blessed. I've cleared the path so that your arrival will be uninterrupted. No enemy can reverse what I've released. No opposition can stop what I've ordained. You're going to feel lighter, not because life is easy, but because you're no longer carrying what wasn't yours. I am lifting the weight of expectations you were never meant to fulfill. You're no longer obligated to perform in spaces I've removed you from. I'm freeing you to function in full capacity. Every ounce of energy will now be spent building, not surviving. You will move with efficiency, with clarity, with peace. The anxiety that once crippled you will disappear in my presence. The questions that once haunted you will be answered by results. You are not being replaced, you are being revealed. They didn't see you before because I didn't allow them to. But now, the curtain is lifting. You will stand in rooms you once only dreamed of. You will speak with authority you never thought you had. You will move with favor that can't be explained. And the ones who overlooked you will have no choice but to acknowledge what I've done. Your story is not about proving them wrong. It's about proving that I was right to choose you. Chosen one, this is your exodus. This is your moment of release. This is your ordained exit into everything I've promised. Walk boldly, speak clearly, move freely, and never look back. You've left the old behind, and now it's time to live the life I designed for you.